Morning, everybody. It's Monday. Hadn't talked to you guys in a couple of days, so thought I'd give an update. Not much going on. When I was in Salina, or I was in Goodland, Kansas, got there Fridays. I decided to do a 34-hour restart there, and while I was there, my APU unit decided to die, and so I didn't know what was going on with it. But the next day I got out there and was checking it out, pulled the fuel filter, and it was 3/4 of the way empty, and so I filled it up and tried to start it, and it still wouldn't prime up. And so there are two hoses that are sticking in the top of the tank, and apparently I had run down the fuel tanks pretty low while I was sitting there, so apparently they started sucking air. And so I went and I put fuel in the truck and took the filter off, filled the bag up, and tried to get it going, and never could get it going. I tried again a couple times yesterday, and I still couldn't get it going. I don't know what the deal is, just can't get enough fuel up into the pump for it to take off or whatever. But so, and I'm not going to suck on the thing, and I don't have a pump, so, but I am parked next to I moved over to Salina. Anyway, so I moved over here, and I'm parked right next to I'm at the 24/7 over here, across the street from the Petro, and over there on the other side of that cattle truck is a truck parts place. So I'm gonna get over there and see if I can't get a fuel pump and hook into the fuel line and force feed some fuel to the fuel pump when I get around to it. Right now, I did something to my back, man. It's been really bothering me, right in the middle. Man, it's been pretty rough. So, but besides that, it's Monday, and I'm I'm looking at the load board and trying to check out the loads, try to find a load. So that's why I'm not playing around with anything else. I'm not really seeing anything that stands out. Not really, not yet. And I'll give it a while, and I'll give it to today. Now, I'll tell you the way the way it works for me. If I don't find anything by the end of the day, then I'm gonna deadhead out of here. I ain't playing around with these brokers that are just out after your money. It's not that the money ain't there, it's just that they want to keep it, and it's not for them. It's that money is to move that freight. But you know how it is. I'm gonna give you $10,000. Well, let's turn it around. You give me $10,000 now to move blah blah blah, and let's say that I'm not my moral values don't allow me to anyway, let me see, how can I put this not to be so offensive to so many sensitive people in today's world. So people just don't want to let up off the money because they know they have control of it. So even though they have $5,000 on a load to move that load, they want to keep 3,000 of it and give the truck 2,000, and that way they can keep all the money. Did I explain that? Simple enough. Without offending all the people. So anyway, and that happens a lot. It's been happening a lot ever since I've been in truck driving. It's been that way. And you know, and the brokers, they can sit there and lie and cheat and all they want, but I'm not stupid. I've been in this, doing this for a living since '92, and so you can pull the wool over somebody else's eyes, but you're not pulling them over my eyes. I understand that the brokers have to make money too, but they get really too greedy, and they try to take more than what should be theirs. I think they're only really supposed to get 5%, and they're taking more like 50 to 75%. So anyway, with that being said, I'm looking at the load boards, and I'm not really finding anything over here Monday morning coming out of this area. And like I said, I'll give it to the end of the day. Usually it turns around about 12 o'clock. People who are holding out on the money, they decide, well, I better put a couple more dollars on there so I can get somebody to bite, you know, because I gotta move this. If I don't move it, somebody might find out that I'm pocketing the money. So anyway, so yeah, people start changing their mind around lunchtime. Need to get somebody on that load, and but I'll give it today. And if I don't find anything, then I will get out of here. I will spend the money that it takes for me to deadhead out of here to get somewhere where the freight pays. And that's generally, like I said, it's over towards the middle of the country. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I got my packet out back there because I got to get ready to order some AMSOIL and filters when I get home. I want to do that, and I'll get that taken care of when I get home. But that's another, I think I'm 3 weeks out unless something happens and I go to the house. So I know right now my hands have been falling asleep. My back, right in the center of my back, it went out, and it hurt so bad I could feel it in my rib cage, and my hands keep falling asleep. So I don't know what I did, but it ain't very fun. But one thing positive though, my butt doesn't hurt anymore since I put these seats in here. So you haven't heard me say anything about it because I got a happy butt. So anyway, video's kind of long, and there was a question I was asked. Why don't I don't understand how truck drivers that are not mechanically inclined can be out on the road. Well, if a lot of the companies, owner-operators, yes, that would be a good question. But as far as companies are concerned, when I drove for companies, if you touch that truck, you get fired. And because a lot of these people out here drive these trucks, they're just steering wheel holders. And I know that's an insult, but I'm not trying to insult anybody. But they don't want drivers touching the wiring on their trucks or anything. They want them to drive the truck, and if there's anything wrong with it whatsoever, they have a little thing that they got to fill out. Today it's probably digital, but I remember back in the day you'd have to fill out a form, and when you got back to the yard, you turned that form in, and the shop would fix it or do whatever needed to be done. But you are not allowed to put your hands on that truck because companies don't want you destroying their trucks. So that's one way that drivers out here are not mechanically inclined and how they get away with it because they're not allowed to touch the truck in the first place. They're allowed to drive it, and that's it. And but as far as owner-operators are concerned, I would believe myself that it's a 100% must that they be mechanically inclined, because that's their truck, and if you don't have the ability to work on it and fix it, then you have no business owning a truck, or you won't be in business very long unless you're making so much money you can pay to have somebody work on it all the time, which would be awesome. I wished I made enough money where I could have somebody working on it all the time. That would be nice. But anyway, you guys have a great Monday beginning to your week. God bless, peace, and later.